Now we have rules of indices. So what is an index? If you have any number 2 raised to power 5, this 5 is the index of this number 2. You have any number a raised to power another number m. M is called the index of the number. Now we have some rules for these indices. The first rule is that if you have a number a raised to power m and you multiply it by a raised to power n, that becomes a raised to power m plus n, right? Now if you are dividing the numbers instead of multiplying them, you have a raised to power m upon a raised to power n. This is basically a raised to power m minus n. Now before this, you should know that 1 upon a raised to power m, if you take a reciprocal of a number with an index, the sign of the index changes. So 1 upon a raised to power m, and you take the reciprocal of this number, this is a raised to power m, the sign of this of the index changes, so you get a raised to power minus m. Similarly, if you have a raised to power m, you can write that as 1 upon a raised to power minus m, right? So what this is basically is you have a raised to power m and you're multiplying it with 1 by a raised to power n, right? And this is basically a raised to power m multiplied with a raised to power minus n. And if you use this, then you get a raised to power m plus minus n, which is nothing but a raised to power m minus n. So this is how you get this formula using this and this. Right? You need to remember all these formulae, all these rules for indices. This is the first rule, this is the second rule. This is also a rule. Now you have a raised to power m whole raised to power n. This is nothing but a raised to power m into n. For example, if you have 2 square and you take the square of that, that becomes 2 raised to power 2 into 2, which is 2 raised to power 4. If you solve this, you get 4 raised to power 2, which is 16, and this is also 2 raised to power 4, which is 16. So a raised to power m and whole of that raised to power n is a raised to power m into n. Now if you have a into b and you raise that to the power m, you get a raised to power m into b raised to power m, right? Then you have a raised to power 0 equal to 1. Any number raised to power 0 is equal to 1. Then we have a raised to power 1 by m is nothing but the mth root of a. For example, you have 4 raised to power 1 by 2. What is this? This basically is the second root of 4, the square root of 4, which is plus minus 2. Okay. So if you have a number in this form, that means it is the nth or the mth root of that number. Similarly, a raised to power p by q is nothing but a raised to power p, and you take the qth root of that, because this is a raised to power p and whole of that raised to power q. So this is a raised to power p, this is one number, and you raise that to the power 1 by q. So that is the qth power of this number, the qth root of this number. Now you have something called x raised to power a raised to power b. This is not equal to x raised to power a into b, because in this case what you are doing is you are firstly calculating this a raised to power b, and then you are raising x to that power. For example, you have the number 2 and 2 raised to power 3 raised to power say 2. This is not equal to 2 raised to power 3 into 2, which is 2 raised to power 6. So this is not equal to this. What this is doing is basically you take the square of 3. The square of 3 is 9, and you raise 2 to that power. So this is equal to 2 raised to power 9 and is not equal to 2 raised to power 6. So what we get out of this is x raised to power a whole raised to power b is not equal to x raised to power a raised to power b, because in this case this is basically x raised to power a into b, and this is basically x raised to power a raised to power b. So firstly you take the bth power of a, and then you raise x to that result. So in short, this is what you have to remember, and then this, you have to remember this. We have this, and we have this. Any number raised to power 0 is 1. We have this. We have this. This is nothing but an extension of this formula. And we have this. This is very important to remember. In a lot of cases, a lot of people get confused between this and this, They think that both of these are same, but they're not. Now, using the rules for indices, we are going to solve this. This is a small problem based on that. So if this is equal to this, what is the value of x plus 5 plus z? So to find the value of x plus 5 plus z, we need to find the values of x, y, and z individually. Now there's something else that you need to remember, that if you have a number, if say a number x raised to power b is equal to the same number x raised to power a, then a has to be equal to b no matter what. So if you have the same number on both the sides and that number is being raised to two different numbers, then the equality won't hold. So these two numbers b and a have to be equal. Using the same idea, we are going to solve this. So we have to basically convert this in this form so that we can compare the powers of 2, 3, and 5, right? Only then would we be able to find the values of x, y, and z. To convert this into this format, 2, 3, and 5, 2, 3, and 5 are basically prime numbers. We need to write this as 6 is nothing but 2 into 3 raised to power 12. Remember, from here we have a into b raised to power m is equal to a raised to power m into b raised to power m. So 6 is a into b over here, which is 2 into 3. So 2 into 3 raised to power m is equal to 2 raised to power m into 3 raised to power m. So 2 into 3 raised to power 12, and then we have 2 into 5 raised to power 7 multiplied with 2 into 5 raised to power 6. This is 2 raised to power 12 into 3 raised to power 12 into 2 raised to power 7 into 5 raised to power 7 into 3 raised to power 6 into 5 raised to power 6. Now you have 2 raised to power 12 and 2 raised to power 7. In this slide, we saw that a raised to power m into a raised to power n is a raised to power m into n. So we have 2 raised to power 12 into 2 raised to power 7 equal to 2 raised to power 12 plus 7, right? So you have 2 raised to power 12 plus 7, which is 19. Then you have 3 raised to power 12 into 3 raised to power 6, which is 3 raised to power 12 plus 6, which is 18. Then you have 5 raised to power 7 into 5 raised to power 6, which is 5 raised to power 7 plus 6, which is 13. So basically this is what you have. and that is equal to 2 raised to power x into 3 raised to power y into 5 raised to power z. We have 2, 3 and 5 over here, and on the right hand side also we have 2, 3 and 5. Now we can compare the respective powers of these numbers. So we have 2 raised to power 19 over here, we have 2 raised to power x over here, which means x is 19. We have 3 raised to power y and 3 raised to power 18, which means y is 18. And then we have z equal to 13. So the only idea behind this is that if you have two numbers on the left hand side and the right hand side of an equality, and you have two different exponents of that number, then those exponents have to be equal for the equality to hold. So we are required to find the value of x plus y plus z, which is nothing but 19 plus 18 plus 13. So this is basically 50. So 50 is the answer. Now again in this question, it says what is the value of x? We are given that 9 raised to power 3x minus 5 is 3 raised to power 2x minus 2. Now again we have to reduce this to 3 raised to power something, because we have to compare the exponents. So in order to compare exponents, we have to have the same number to which the same number which is raised to power the exponent. So 9 raised to power 3x minus 5 is 3 square, and that is raised to power 3x minus 5. From the rules of indices, we know that this is equal to 3 raised to power 2 into 3x minus 5, which is 3 raised to power 6x minus 10. So this is 3 raised to power 6x minus 10. And it says that this is equal to 3 raised to power 2x minus 2. Now we have 3 and 3 on both the sides. We can compare the powers. So 6x minus 10 is equal to 2x minus 2, which gives us 4x equal to 8, and therefore x is equal to 2. So the value of x is 2.